3.2 reference angles. A reference angle is the angle formed between the terminal ray and the x-axis. And we talked about how every angle is in what's called standard position. Its vertex is here at the origin. It's got the starting ray, goes this way. And then in this problem, this would be my terminal ray. So in Delta Math, you will actually have to make a 54-degree angle, and they'll tell you as you drag the point up when you get to 54. But what it's going to do is then create a triangle when you drop down what I call perpendicular, because it makes a 90, a right triangle here. And so this angle right here is 54 degrees. Well, a reference angle is just wanting to know how far is this terminal ray, this ending ray, from the x-axis. It's also the same as this arc measurement. And if you remember back in geometry, this arc will always match this central angle. So you can look at it either way. I just think of the degree in here. So this reference angle will be also 54 degrees. Quadrant 1 is the easiest one. But let's say we have an angle that ends in quadrant 2. So I have made a 99-degree angle. That means it's opened up to here. Oh, we went too far, right there. And so here's my terminal ray. I drop down a perpendicular, so yeah, it makes a really little triangle. But what I'm trying to figure out is how far is this ray from 180 degrees? And so in this one, I'm going to have to subtract 180 minus 99 to figure out how far is this one. I shouldn't have written on this so much, but how far is this one right here from the x-axis? And then 180 minus 99 would be 81 degrees, would be my reference angle. So if it's in quadrant 2, you're going to take 180 minus your angle. Number 3, we have an angle ending in quadrant 3, which is 225 degrees around. But they're just wanting the angle here. So what is this angle? How far is it away from 180? And so we would want to say that it is, let's see, 225 minus 180. This would be 45 degrees. Right? So if this were 225, I would want to subtract the 180 away to figure out how much is just right here. So the reference angle is 45. And then if we have an angle that ends in quadrant 4, we've got a 321 degree angle that went all the way around to here. They're wanting to know what is this distance from the x-axis. And so we would do 360 minus 321 to leave me with this. So that would be 39 degrees. So reference angle always with the x-axis. It's never going to be formed with the y-axis. And then the last one of these, find an angle in each quadrant with a common reference angle of 257 degrees. And again, I went ahead and just screenshotted where that's exactly at so we know, but you would take the point, drag it around, and so it says 257. I need to find this reference angle from this ray here to the x-axis. How big is this opening? So in quadrant 2, we would have to take 257 minus 180. 257 minus 180 tells me that that angle is 77 degrees. So in quadrant 3, my reference angle is 77 degrees. Well, once you figure out that, angle 1, or quadrant 1, excuse me, is really easy. It's 77 degrees away from the x-axis. So this would be 77. In quadrant 2, I need one that is 77 degrees away from the x-axis. So how could I figure out what this is all the way around? How could I figure out what this is? Sorry. I would do 180 minus 77. which is 103. Oh shoot, I messed this up. Find an angle. Hold on. That's where I was goofing up. Sorry. In quadrant 3, I don't want the reference angle. I had to find that, and then that gave me quadrant 1. I should still have the 257 here. I'm sorry. You're finding the actual angle that is 77 degrees away from the x-axis. And then in quadrant 4, I want one that is 77 degrees away here. So I would take 360 minus 77. That's 283. So in each of these examples, we are 77 degrees away from the x-axis.